Where is Admiral, who's about to come across the line? Can he challenge for pole? No, he can't. And I think it might be over. It's going to be Georgette versus Clem. Georgette crosses the line, does take it, and he breaks into the threes. But can Clem claim it back? He needs a magical final sector. He needs to find a 10th in it. Here he comes, down the hill he goes, through turn 9. He has to be brave here. Sauber versus Vicar, but he finds an invalidation on the inside. And that is the end of qualifying for Clem. Georgette has taken pole. Oh, Clem's left the session. Oh, no. Well, I'm going to watch lights out because that's more. Yeah, lights out of the drivers here in Austria. Lights out. We are racing here in Austria. Very, very steady start for Georgette. Clem as well behind, who has actually got the lead. He says AI's got a better launch. Around the outside goes Admiral. And it's going to be a battle towards turn 1. Very, very close. Bit of lag there on Fanta's car as well. And he's got the better exit. A massive split between Inters and wet tyres as they go up the hill. Is Clem in the session? I think he is actually. So Clem is in the session. Oh, he's not. Let me invite him. I'm going to do that quickly. There he is. Bosh. So leading the race goes Fanta. Fantastic start there in the wet by the McLaren. Admiral's following straight behind. Medium mode heading towards turn 4. And he's going to stay behind. And look at the spray of the cars behind. The Sauber beginning to drop back. There's Miles down the inside of Georgette. He's going to hang it around the outside of turn 4. Can he get the exit? And I think he might have just about got it as Fanta and Admiral going wheel to wheel up ahead. Going towards turn 5 and turn 6. Admiral trying to go around the outside. As he got the grip to do it, it's going to be really slippery. Bit of contact there between the two. Fanta's still got the inside. The Red Bull goes around the long way. And at this stage in the race, the wets will be quicker. Karma's trying to get stuck in with his intermediates. Here comes Miles with the wet tyres. Looking down the inside of turn 4. Can he get the car slowed down? Sauber versus Red Bull. The Red Bull's got the outside line. Bit of contact between the two. I think Miles is still trying to hold it. Around the outside, still a bit of contact. And the Red Bull comes out ahead. As there behind is Mini Walker Gaming. Both Hasses being a little bit of a slipstream there. Try and help each other out. Mini Walker Gaming down the inside of Throne Globe. He's going to leave space around the outside. Can the Haas get the exit speed? A little bit too wide there by Throne. And a nice and clean move there by Mini Walker. Palmer still defending from Miles for that final sector. And track limits are going to be a big thing as well in this race. Staying away from that white line. Miles having a bit of a slip, and that might have impaired his exit. Is he close enough to Karma to make a move going towards turn 1? He's going to go for it. Trying to stick his nose down the inside going towards turn 1. And I think he has got there. Miles up to P3. As behind there is Temex trying to get down the inside of Throne. Once again on those wet tyres. We'll have extra grip at this stage. And it's a pretty simple move for the Mercedes. Throne. Oh, bit of contact there with the Mercedes. He rejoins carefully and he's okay. As we go, will Miles get the run down towards turn 4. Pulls to the inside on Fanta. Has he got the brakes heavy enough? I don't think he quite has. Fanta holding around the outside. There is Miles with the extra grip on the inside. And that is the difference between the wet tyres right now. And he does get through. He's up to P2 from P10. And in the background, what is going on here? So we've got English on the inside. Pistol Peter trying to find room around the outside of turn 9. Very tight racing. He just got through. English drop back again. After quite a good qualifying. He is struggling in the back there. What's happened with Miles? And here comes Fanta, who is burning his battery. Chasing Miles up the hill. Gonna get a move on the inside. Here we go. Into turn 3. The Inter's beginning to find their form. A little bit deep there by Fanta. I think the switchback is looking for Miles, and he has got it. Nicely done by the Sauber, who stays ahead in this position. Is Fanta going to still look for it? And he is. Terrible camera angle because there's Fanta down the inside. Bit of contact on the Sauber. Great racing. Sauber's pushed wide. It's still going to be a race on the exit of the corner. Fanta fights his way through. And all over the grass goes Karma. What's going on behind? I think that was Walker got past Seasick there. Here comes Lamberge. Can Lambert make a move down the inside of turn 3? A bit of a wheel lock there on the Williams. I think he's forcing him through. I think there's Brewdog as well behind. He's trying to get stuck in. Watching these two race. Clear behind. And Lambert does get through past C6. So the wets still do look to be quick. Battle for the top 10. And there behind is Pfister. And all down the inside there goes Lambert. And also on the inside of Fryer and Alpine is 5-round Soggy Sid. Sid getting through and staying ahead. So both Alpines crucially on those wet tyres. Fry's on Inters. There is Seasick Dread trying to get down the inside of, I think that was the Alpine. But the Fryer gets through. Bit of contact again. And that allows Walker to sneak through. Brewdog follow them through. And I hate these onboard cameras. Can we relax? I want to see what's going on. Brewdog getting down the inside of Walker. Nice move. And I think he's now going to be wheel to wheel with the Alpine. Just about pushes his way through. That's Karma. There we go. Picks up that 3 second. I think we were waiting for that. Seen him go off track a few times. as Miles into the pits. And has he realised, as the Inter's beginning to speed up, Miles is into the pits. If this get... Oh, and that's very off track there by the Alpine. He's going to have to rejoin carefully right in front of the Ferrari. Was that a safe rejoin? He managed to avoid contact, so it might have been okay. And oh, that is an Aston Martin off track. You look like he's been pushed around by maybe the Alpine. What is this going on? 3 abreast, 2 Ferraris and an Alpine into turn 1. The Alpine comes out ahead. The Ferraris have backed out smart. If I get one more onboard camera, I'm gonna go crazy. Up the hill they go, and there is Seasick Dread trying to find a way past Fiver. Bit of contact as he go up towards turn 3. Again, contact. Is that going to hamper their brakes? There's a chance they were going to touch Walker there. Up ahead, Fiver is now in a 3 abreast against Peter and Nagrom. It is chaos in this midfield. Both of them getting through. Fiver's going to continue fighting, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. Is there a dive at turn 4? There's not. And this order in the battle for the top 10 is just pushing each other around into the pits. So another wet runner who has opted to drive into the pits. Slipping tyres. As Pistol Peter getting down the inside of Walker at turn 9. That was brave, but he did make it stick. This train is getting very, very juicy. Can Miles get a good exit? His tyres are so much better than these guys around. And he's going to look for a move on Nagrom. Cutting his way through the order one by one. Mini Walker Gaming 3 seconds away from this train. Down the inside goes Miles at turn 4. Bit aggressive there by the Williams. Still trying to hold on. But look at the grip the Sauber's got. And through he goes up to P13. Is Seasick Dread close enough to Sid to make a move? He doesn't want to get held up by the wet runner. Here comes Seasick down the inside of turn 4. Big dive, bit of contact. But Yaz fought his way through. And he's now being forced to out the way by Miles, who is on much, much better tyres at this stage. So Miles looking very, very eager to fight through. And the gap between Karma and Admiral getting smaller and smaller by the minute. And there is Nagrom trying to get involved as well. So Alpine definitely on the wrong tyres. Nagrom gets through, bit of contact, and into the grass goes the Alpine. Maybe a penalty heading his way after the race. Is anyone opting to pit? There is Fiver going defensive on Nagrom, who looks very aggressive in this race. And there you can see behind, crucially, there are the 2 Hasses. And behind there is Nick Freeman making his first move, and it is going to be on a wet runner. Down the inside, it goes on turn 4 as a very late dive. Goodness me, a bit of wheel grabbing. But he has got the power down. He's on the grass, and he's had to back out. Here comes Admiral again with burning the battery. And I think this will be an easy move for him on the exit of the corner with so much more grip. But he has slightly minimised the advantage he's going to get. Will throw and dive it to still hold up for his teammate. He won't. Or the Sauber will defend. Inside, outside. Which way is he going to go? It looks like he's lining up for an inside. Or maybe not. He might actually get there. So Sauber defending on. Here he comes down the inside. Heavy on the brakes. And he's going to miss the apex. Could Miles look for a switchback? It's going to be a battle here. 4P4. Who got the better exit? And it's going to be Georgette. And I think that comes down to the tyres. Georgette stays ahead. Miles still fighting on. Here comes the Sauber down the inside of turn 4. How bravely be on the inside. He does hold on. And not only is this ruining the chance for Georgette to hold a podium, because the 6-second penalty on Karma is getting longer and longer, but Miles holding on to track position. So great racing here by our Sauber team principal. And he is chasing down a really, really strong result, despite maybe getting the strategy wrong. And it appears to be that he has. Here comes Georgette again. Can he go for it on the inside of turn 4? Watching for the outside of turn 9, I should say. Gonna have to leave space on the apex. Here he comes, round the outside he goes, long way, and he does get the move done. I think, is that Miles heading into the pits, and it is. He's realised, I've got the strategy wrong. It's a 2-stop for Sauber up at the front, but here comes Pistol Peter. Can he look for a move on Throwing Globe, who has younger tyres, but maybe not the same amount of pace. Pistol Peter down the inside. Throne looking for a switchback, but I don't think that's going to work with this traction control. And there's Pistol, who gets through. Gentege into the pits as well. I think we might see Mini Walker going as well. As and that's yellow flags, and that's Brewdog, who was lost on his own around the final corner. As up ahead, there is Fanta versus Karma. Fanta getting down the inside of turn 1. And there's been a Red Bull 1-2 most of this race. Can Fanta put impression on that? Karma burning all his battery. He's got none left. Here comes Fanta round the outside. And he's done it on the straight. But looks like Karma's going to defend it for his teammate. Goes a little bit too deep. Can Fanta get the power back on? Very, very slidey offline. I think Karma's going to hold on. And he just about is. Around the outside of turn 6. Fanta leaves the space. And he stays behind. Good defense there by Karma. It's going to be for Fanta to recharge his battery. Go again. It's all about the exit speed here. You know that Karma's going to defend everything for his teammate. And Fanta's going again on the inside of turn 9. This could be brave. This could be a fantastic move. Down the inside on the wet. Into turn 9 he goes. Bit of contact between the two of them. Karma sliding out the way. I think that may have been due to contact, that all that understeer. Pistol Peter and Mal, still no move here in this battle. I was assured there'd be a move by now. but they're struggling to make it. Here comes Miles with the battery on and the younger tyres. Can he make a move on Pistol Peter, who's also trying to make a charge up the field? Here comes Miles down the inside at turn 4. Pistol Peter was later on the brakes, and he was braver, but as he got the exit speed, a little bit too wide on the curb, and I think the Sauber might have the inside line here, which is going to allow him to get a better exit, and he absolutely has. Miles up to P8 on the younger tyres, and this is the overtake we were waiting for so many laps. He's been building it up. Here comes Miles down the inside of turn 3, and he does get the move done. He's got a 4-second gap to the other Haas, who's on equally old tyres. I think Miles is going to close that down. I think he's going to close it down faster than the Haas one. And no, look at the gap already. And I think Pistol Peter might have a little bit of a charge here. Going towards turn 4. The old tyres on the Haas. They are struggling. Here comes Peter down the inside of turn 4. He may have overcooked it. That's going to allow the Haas to get a switchback. Who's got the better exit? And I think it might have been the Haas. But the grip that the Aston Martin has just cannot be compared to. And through he goes. As another 3-second comes through. That one for Georgia. And oh, there's Miles, he's hit the curb. And that's a mistake for the Sauber. That might prove crucial. I think that might be the end of his charge. A change in the lead. Admiral's been leading this whole way through. But here comes Fanta down the inside of turn 3. And he has made the position. Can Admiral hold it back? Bit of contact on the rear. He's forced off track. And he's made a little bit of a slip. Fanta stays on. And these two continuing to fight. Admiral getting the better exit. Fanta's going to continue fighting through turn 4. Who's going to get the better run? Who's going to be later on the brakes? I think it will be Admiral who cuts off the McLaren. And great defense there by the Red Bull. He does just about hold on. Slightly older tyres. Slightly less grip. But he's still proving this is a battle he's not going to give up on. The win is on the cards as battery on for Admiral to begin the final lap of the race. Is Fanta close enough to make a move? Launch a move into turn 3. Or is he going to wait for it for turn 4? And he's going to wait for it. Look at the wide line by Fanta. Really smart to get a better exit. Power down he goes. And there is a red light flashing on Admiral's car. He was fuel saving, I think, ahead before, which might have caused it. And Fanta's out of battery. That might be it. But Admiral, who led the race from the beginning, who made potentially the wrong strategy call, but he made it up for incredible racecraft. Red Bull are going to bring it home. And it's going to be Admiral who takes home the 25 points. He takes the win in Austria. Fanta holds on to a P2. And Karma, with 12 seconds of penalties, will still... Oh, 18 seconds of penalties. He might not hold on to it now then. He could have held on to a podium because of the massive gap. He just picked up too many warnings. And Georgia, I think, will get the podium at the end. What a massive gap to still hold on to a podium. And he does. Very, very poor from Karma, who could have held on to a podium. An easy, surefire podium. Lambert brings home a P5 and only just misses out on a P4. Look at the gap. Pistol Peter followed there by Miles. He must have made a mistake. He must have been the yellow flags. English drops them both. Great comeback there from RTM English, who finishes in a P6 V-carb with great points. There's Throne Globe crossing the line, followed by Temex. Then Nagrob up ahead. He finishes in P12. There was definitely yellow flags going on behind. Fiver, who unfortunately has a 6-second penalty. That will drop him quite far back. Oh, and there's yellow flags. And there's a puncher. And there's a puncher for the Haas of Nick Freeman on the last lap of the race. I think that was potentially a risk for the Haas, pitting that early. I said it was a wrong call, and they are reaping the consequences now. They were up at the front, both of them up at the front. Mini Walker Gaming held on just. Nick Freeman, however, did not, and he'll finish outside the points.